Okay, Unit 9, Target 4 homework. Number 17, solve the right triangle. So we are trying to find side M, which is segment KL. It's across from angle M. And trying to find side K. We use the lowercase k across from angle K, capitalized. And let's see, we're also trying to find angle K. So we'll find angle K first. Once you have one angle of a right triangle, that's not the 90-degree angle. You can do 90 plus 40, 130, and subtract that from 180, or you could just do 90 minus 40, and that tells you 50. So angle K is going to be 50 degrees. It's a fast way to do that. Then we need to find M and K. I want to remind you of the summary from class that you can either find an angle measure or you can find a side length. So I highlighted in orange here that if you have the angle measures already and you're finding a side length, you use sine, cosine, or tangent. So I'm going to use the numbers that I was given. I could use the 50 degrees, there's nothing wrong with that, but I might make a mistake and say 60 instead of 50, and then I'm using a wrong number. So I'm going to use the numbers that I have. So from angle 40's perspective, the 8 is the hypotenuse, the M is the opposite, and the K is the adjacent. So I'm going to set up two trig equations to find M and K. First, I'm going to use the sine of 40 degrees. That's going to equal the opposite side, M, over the hypotenuse, 8. Next, I'm going to use the cosine of 40 degrees. And that's going to equal the adjacent side, K, over the hypotenuse, 8. I'm going to solve both of those equations. I can solve by multiplying both sides by 8. And so M is going to equal 8 times sine 40. So 8 times sine 40 degrees. It's 5.14. We can round to the nearest tenth, so 5.1. And we just found M. I can continue with my cosine 40 equals K over 8. Again, multiplying both sides by 8. The 8s are canceling on the right side because I'm multiplying and dividing by 8. So 8 times cosine 40 degrees is going to equal K. 8 times cosine 40 degrees gives me 6.1. And I have all the information. What I can do now is I could set up the Pythagorean theorem with the three sides of the triangle just to double check everything. It's going to be close because I'm rounding, but not exact. So I could say that m squared plus k squared is supposed to equal 8 squared. So I know that the right side is equal to 64. 8 squared is 64. I want to see what the other two work out to be. So 5.1 squared plus 6.1 squared and 63.22. So it's very close to 64. It would be a little bit closer if I didn't round as harshly. Kind of rounding to the nearest tenth does lose quite a bit of value. But it's a good way to just double check that it's about the same and that you probably didn't make a mistake.